1, 2, 3. Scene. All right. Boom, 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 boom. I don't need none of that in right now. Multi-stream up. You got the live pop?
I'm about to in a second. I just don't want to lose where I was. Damn, I did already. I don't see it yet. Mm-mm. That little one that you, my eyes are so, oh my God.
That's it right there.
Oh, you got this pen.
All right. Let's do it. All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend, and with me always is my beautiful co-host, Call Girl 6, better known as Fox.
Hello. Hey, y'all, what's going on? We've been gone. We've been MIA for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, but
You
we bike.
other podcasts be taking breaks for like holidays and stuff like that, and we don't. Life just
we pump through the holidays.
we pump through the holidays and shit like that. Life just sometimes catch up and we be on some bullshit, man.
You be on some bullshit.
Yo, it's not. We be having shit to do. We be having the life shit going on.
We do, but we still make time for y'all because we love y'all. We love y'all,
Fox
and we are
loves
just
y'all.
so thankful and grateful for all of your support.
I love y'all once we get to the Patreon, so I can really see y'all support.
That is coming next month, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm be scrambling my ass off for that too. But yeah, we're gonna be going back to one a week. This one right here, this one you usually get on the Sunday. We ain't gonna have this for you. You're gonna have to get behind the paywall. Come see us.
Yeah, we got some
So we're
other
gonna have
things planned.
That's we're gonna have the wild ass guests on, the professionals, all of that stuff, and get busy.
Yep.
So Fox, we back, baby.
Yeah, so
What's
going
happening?
on in the world? Oh, the world is in a sad state.
The world is in a sad state. You
Yeah,
had
it's a
when you
sad
came back
state.
from the store. I think that it was somebody on your timeline, and they said something because your phone was up, and it said, "Don't let what's destroying the world destroy us too."
Well, are we part of the world?
Yeah, but it's like the shit that's
Part
like
of the
I
destruction
guess
of
it's
the
like
world?
what's tearing everybody else apart. I thought of that like don't let it tear apart. Like whatever your community is. Like I thought about don't let the world be a fucked up tear up my household. Don't let it tear me and my wife apart, me and my kids, me and my family. Right? Like y'all want to get torn, like y'all want to get all torn up on the media and shit like that. Y'all want to get divided about everything else, the vaccines and this, that, and the third. It's like, all right, salute, do your thing. Like you can have all that, but me, I don't want to get divided. But I mean, I guess it's just like any word, you take it for what you know. What I'm saying you take it for how it apply to you.
And I understand that too because you're talking about all the negative energy that's placed out there. You know,
Chris, what up, bro?
Hey, Chris, fantastic Fanter. So, all the negativity that's out there in the world, right? And we try to we take all of that in. Some of us are empaths. Some of us, we take all that in. We hear what's going on. It affects us daily. It's a sad situation.
I mean,
the state of affairs.
they said that shit when you talk to plants. Like, you know how they tell you when you
Yeah.
get green thumb. Like, if you talk plants, you talk life into them.
You speak life into them.
And but then the same thing, like if you was to sit there and like talk shit to the plant, like fucking punk ass plant, it's like the plant ain't gonna grow right.
Let
Plant
me tell you something. I love my hydrangeas, but they give me a run for my money. I am not gonna lie. Like this is my second set or third set. Yep, third set. And I just can't keep them alive. Like somebody help me heal the hydrangeas, okay?
Yeah. So
okay, but back to the state of the world.
No, my green thumb ain't popping like that. But Fox hit me with the, babe, my hydrangeas keep doing this now. I see hydrangeas in the wild. You know the neighbor around the corner, she got hydrangeas just going wild out there. This and that. I'm like, well, Fox, maybe they need sunlight all the time, but but they always look brown like they're not getting up. They look brown because they dying from no sunlight. Put the goddamn hydrangeas outside.
They look so pretty on my porch, though. Oh, my God.
Okay, they're going to look pretty for another month, and then they're going to be over there looking like Pookie from New Jack.
I'm upset about that. See that negative energy, I don't want it to affect us. That's a part of it, right?
Yeah, I'll run
it. It is. So we take all that stuff in, and then next thing you know, we just in a bad mood, and we don't know why we acting this way, and you're getting on my nerves more often, and all this stuff, and I got all this baggage I want to throw at you now because it's all, and as a matter of fact, this is bothering me. As a matter of fact, that is bothering me. So we kind of let things like that in.
You got something in your chest you want to get off? Like, why you sound like you talking from experience? Like, shit. Okay, Fox.
No,
okay. All right then.
No, that's not what it is. But I'm just saying.
You saying that shit like, a baggage got me, and I want to throw stuff at your head, and we ain't getting along? It's like what you said to me earlier. You said something and you threw me off, and I thought you wanted to kill me. You was like, "You want me?" I was looking at you, and you started laughing. I'm like, "What's up?" You like, "I just want to get you some lemonade." I'm like, I started thinking about the Ozarks. Like, the fuck you mean?
Oh yeah. Because I don't know what possessed me to say that, but I just want to get you some lemonade.
I just want to get some lemonade. It's like
something to drink.
I was about to grab my gun out the drawer.
Yeah, so the lady from the Ozark was like, when they killed people,
they go get that lemonade.
They go get lemonade. When she come back, your ass is dead.
Yeah, you get hey, you get a couple of sips and this is good.
Yeah. But that's what it is. Anyway, you made me lose my train of thought right now. Yeah, crazy.
All right, say what you want.
So anyway, current affairs of the world. We have 4 shootings in 2 weeks, guys.
Shit getting wild.
It's crazy.
So, you had you got the one in Buffalo with the racist kid who did a whole manifesto, some dumb shit, killed a bunch of black people in Buffalo. Yeah. Then the one was that California with the Asian people in their place of worship.
Yeah.
So they're in their place of worship, and then
you have one today that happened.
Oh yeah, the one today, because the one in Texas was the one with the babies. What, it was 19 babies, right?
Yeah.
19 babies, 2 teachers.
Yeah.
And then there was another one today, right?
Yeah, I believe that one was today with in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So 7 injured, 1 dead, I believe it was.
Do you got anything?
4 shootings and a show. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, 4 shootings in 2 weeks, and obviously, I've been getting pinned phone calls, even been coming in like, "Yo, what'd you think about this? What you think about that?" And it's because obviously I'm a Second Amendment activist, and people are so wild angry about it, right? Like they just wild angry, and they should be, right? Because it's like I don't really give a damn about people, but it's like adults, but babies is like, you know what I mean? Like we all fucked up, right? Like, but kids, they still got a chance. They're probably still gonna be fucked up because we raised them, but
that part
they need the opportunity to go through, you know what I'm saying, and see if maybe they could change something. So, people asked about the stance, and I didn't even really feel like doing a podcast to talk about the shootings because everybody like, yo, you know, you the gun dude, this and that, da da da. I'm a dude who like guns, just like most Americans, but it don't got nothing to do with the tragedy, is right. Like this isn't a battle of like, oh, well, I want my gun rights, so fuck them kids. No, it's like that is a tragedy. Like 19 baby, like just imagine being one of them parents that you kiss your baby and send them to school, or you cuss them out because they ain't clean their room. You let them have it in the morning. You did whatever, and you kissed them, touched them, popped them on the ass, brushed them off out the car. Whatever you did, that's the last time you seen your baby alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's 19 parents, because I don't think none of them were siblings, or I didn't hear that any of them were siblings or anything like that. So that's 19 sets of parents, 19 families. You know what I mean? That'll forever change and adversely affect. So it's bigger than like a gun rights thing where it's like, all right, now can we talk about gun rights? No, why don't we understand that people are mourning right now? Yeah. Like people get so quick to try to push their agenda and be like, oh, well now it's time to put strike while the iron hot. Like, you know, like a lot of these pussy ass politicians will say like, don't let a good tragedy go to waste. Like, oh, now we can push an agenda.
Take advantage of it and move forward with what we need. Yeah.
No, because it's like, I just feel like it's insensitive and it's a time for everything, right? So I feel like a lot of it's on like just to sit there and brudge because honestly, like I still stand by the Second Amendment, but I feel like to even talk about that's insensitive to the people who lost their family today. Like I don't know what it is to lose a child.
No, definitely don't know and don't want to.
Don't ever want to find out
anything like that. I mean, you know, you have people talking about what can be prevented, how this could have been prevented. What about the billions of dollars they spent helping the war in Ukraine, and we're not spending those $40 billion doing any type of security for our schools. Now, I can agree with that, but allocation of funds and all these different things, gun control is never going to stop someone's mental status, right? That was a child himself that carried out these acts, right?
Yeah.
Just because he's 18 or 19 years old doesn't mean you're still a child. Yeah. You're still a child. So he obviously had other issues going on. I've seen an interview with his mother, and she was saying that he had his reasons for doing what he did. Please forgive him and me.
That's why.
And all of that. I'm like, his
That's
reasons. Why?
Like, you could have. You could
just say forgive him.
That was in bad
me.
taste.
Yeah, to say I don't know why he did it. He had his reasons. Like,
I mean, everybody got their reasons. Yeah, everybody got their reasons. That don't make it a good reason.
That don't make a good
like because
reason.
when you say they had their reasons, that almost implies like I'm sure he had a good reason. I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like ain't no good reason you about to get one of them parents that want river dance on your ass right now.
And so just like you were saying, maybe it's a bad translation. Maybe they mean he has his reasons as in God has his reasons. That's what I'm hoping that meant.
Or he had no reason.
Yeah,
he
had
whatever.
No reason. Yeah.
I don't know, but saying he had his reasons, it almost implies like agreement. Like, you know what I mean? You just
like whatever it was, I'm sure he had a good reason for doing it. So let's just stand by and see what's going on. So we did know that he shot his grandmother. He was sent to stay with his grandmother. A few months prior, he shot his grandmother on the way to going to the school, crashing into something near the school and going into the school and shooting those babies and those two adults. And my thing was like, I was thinking, why would he choose kids? I don't know what his mental status was, obviously. Yeah. And I was thinking, if it is, this is before I knew anything about him, if it was racially motivated, the perfect scenario for him to carry out the agenda would be to start with the children, because you wipe out generations by starting with the kids.
Yeah, you kill them at the root.
Yeah, you start from the root. There will be
probably
no
the latest generation.
Yeah, that is the latest generation.
But he was Hispanic or something, right?
Yeah, he was Hispanic himself. So, you know, majority of or if not all of the victims were Hispanic as well. So I'm like, well, maybe that's probably not it. So,
but some people just want to see the world burn.
Just want to see the world burn, right? So he already had his own, ideologies about it, and how the population was going to play out in his head. So we don't know what that is. And you're talking about gun control. I want to talk about just something I saw 2 days ago, I believe, or a day ago, with Putnam County Schools. Putnam County Schools, they have guardian programs now to where they are strapped at schools. They are strapped at schools.
Teachers got the Roscoe on.
Yep, they strapped at school, and they have warning signs. Not even warning signs. It says not a warning. It's damn near a promise that we won't have this happen at our schools. So if you come here with that agenda, we will take you down.
My thing for this is like a lot of people was bitching about that and saying, yo, that's wrong and they shouldn't be doing this and that. So what's right?
Right.
So everybody always get to tell and complain and bitch about this isn't right and this isn't working. Well, come with a plan. Like, don't be just like, oh, well, this won't work and that won't work and this won't work. And it's like, well, what will work? Are we going to play a process of elimination? Because what you're doing right now obviously isn't working.
Yeah, what you're doing now.
What we're doing right now obviously isn't working. So I don't know if Putnam County is right or wrong. But what they are doing, they're right for making action.
They're doing something.
They're not doing the same shit and expecting different results.
Right, yeah.
Like, the fact of the matter is like, regardless of what anybody wants to say about this, a proven point is gun-free zones don't work.
Right.
It's like going to a club that pat me down when I go in. Guess what?
Yeah.
I feel good while I'm in there. But I know everybody outside know my shit ain't on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those ideas. So it's like, are they right? No. Maybe this gun control stuff that everybody talking about, all these like, oh, we want common sense gun control laws. What are people who want to make gun control laws don't have common sense because they don't know shit about guns?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, sure. Some of it, like, I think it's a 50-50 split where we all need to come to an agreement, but I don't think we will ever come to an agreement as people because people just want to prove their point. You got too many people
and it's emotionally driven.
Yeah.
Instead of logically looking at the situation from the outside.
I mean, and you got people on social media. Well, you got people on social media that don't know shit about guns. They don't know shit about politics. They don't know shit about the law. They don't know. And if they took a citizenship test right now, they'd be the fuck about the country. And these are the people who are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. Right. And they're just out here. Let me put out my think piece. You don't like why? It's just like, well, you see, the country doesn't care about us, and this country needs to burn. It's like, great, that anarchy is the same idea that this kid probably had that went in there and shot these babies. That I just want to see the world burn. So you clowns that sit here begging for anarchy, it's like, okay, you want anarchy until anarchy comes to your front door. It's like everybody talk about, so yeah, I want to see the world burn. All these like Antifa clowns and all this shit. It's like, oh, we want this and that, until a couple of dudes in all tack gear will kick your fucking door in with ARs and everything. They got a pistol in your mouth. Now you over here, oh no, I don't want to see the world burn. Gun control. We don't want anarchy. We're the police. Everybody, you know what I mean? It's just like people don't give a damn about their mother.
So while people are taking advantage of this and are doing something about it, and especially like I just said in Putnam County schools, what are you doing? What are you doing for your family? Because it's not going to get any better right now. So
bitching on social media.
Instead of worrying about them taking away guns from those other people, you need to be worrying about how are you going to protect your people who you're with already in your household behind your closed doors.
And people so quick to whine about like the world isn't. Why isn't somebody doing something? Why isn't somebody doing something?
You do something.
If we didn't have a government right now, say for instance, if all of this shit that y'all wanted, like I wanted all of this, like complete government go away. Like I'm not saying that the government need to go away. I'm saying that we need smaller government. Like big government don't work. Like it's not part of the it's just not the way the Constitution was written. The Constitution was written for states to do their thing, and the government come in and be like, hey, like kids, like hey, y'all stop fighting over here. Y'all do this and that. Okay, Russia popping shit, team up, squad up, let's go bust their ass. Like that's the way it's supposed to go. So all these ideas are like, oh, we need to take the guns out. And then what? Like, take all the guns away. Fine. Let's play this imaginary scenario. You take all the guns away. Cool. So nobody going to get shot again, right? We good. So violence is gone, right?
Wrong.
Nobody's dying. In fact, where they actually beat it, where they never had a gun culture, let's go to the UK and talk about London. Mm-hmm. So ain't nobody dying over in London. Ain't nobody getting stabbed to death.
Wrong.
Dudes is just getting ran up on and stabbed to death. Like, you know how, like, people are inherently violent. Like, the bigger picture is we sit here and deal with the symptoms all the time. It's like, well, if we get rid of all the guns, getting rid of all the guns don't mean nothing. People complain about the AR, and that's why, like, I'm almost on my MK Ultra thought process where it's like, now every time you hear about one of these shootings, like, AR-style rifle. Mm-hmm. I don't know what an AR-style rifle is. It's either AR or it ain't. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just saying it's a semi-automatic rifle. I'm not really sure. I didn't see the pictures. So I'm not really sure what they lean to with that. Like, I mean, most people who don't know shit about guns might say AK is an AR-style rifle. Completely different breech, blah, 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 a whole bunch of technical jargon. But don't matter. But what it comes down to is we got to stop being out here to just prove a point.
Yeah.
And everybody's out to just prove a point. Like, see, it's gun control. See, the government is doing this and that. And everybody just want to be angry, and it's just a cycle of hurt people. Everybody's just screaming at each other like, fuck you, gun control. Fuck you. Let me have my guns. And it's like, great. And while the world's burning,
right,
we all sitting out here just like, no, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. And we worried about everything else. And it's like, dog, this is what divide and conquer is. Like, if you think that anybody has a vested interest in us not being in a good state as a people, if anybody is planning on making the world like Total Recall, if anybody was planning some type of new world order or something like that, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not saying that somebody's planning a new world order. I'm saying if they were, what would they do different?
Yeah.
Probably nothing. They probably would do exactly what the hell's going on right now. So instead we sit here
insert chaos.
Insert chaos. Right. Insert chaos. And what we do, like, look how the news done flipped for weeks. And we ain't even been on the podcast. And, you know, I don't even be on social media no more because I just, like, you know, you hit a point of looking at so many dumb people that you're like, before I give up on humanity, let me pull off of social media for a minute, right? Like, every now and then you just need a refresh. Like, you need a detox. So, you sit here and you look, and it's case after case, like, what was it? COVID. Oh my God, everybody gonna die from COVID. Who cares about COVID now? Everybody who's making that big old fuss.
It's the monkeypox.
Now people got the monkeypox. Yeah. But before the monkeypox, we had the war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is still going.
Still going.
Don't nobody give a damn.
Yeah.
Don't nobody give a damn. It's still
letting the media tell you what to care about.
Dictate what we care about. Now it's like, oh, gun control and all this matters. It's like, how many people die a day from guns? And it's like, we only care about the big events. We're such sheep to be like, event after event. Super tragic that those babies died. Absolutely no excuse for 19 babies and two adults to be killed, right? Like, it's no excuse for a person to be taken into their own hands to just take people's lives, especially not in a self-defense situation. But all of this shit, if you're angrily yelling out that you got it figured out and that you are upset with another group for what they believe in, you're the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, you were the problem with, you need to get rid of guns. No, fuck you. We need to keep guns. More guns in the school. No guns in the school. This and that. All that yelling, you ain't gonna get nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, all we doing is hurting each other as a people. And America's bleeding.
Start with you. Start with you. Start with your household. Start with your plan. What is going to be your plan if there aren't any gun control laws, if that's what you're worried about? So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Like, are you going to say that while you bleeding out somewhere because somebody shot you? Like, there should have been gun control laws. Should have been gun control laws. Ain't going to put your liver back together. You're dead, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there should have been, could have been. If it was a fifth, we'd all be stoned. Right. Like, so, like, if you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right? So why don't we try to come out with ideas? Like why don't we try to come out with ideas instead of coming from the underhanded position of like, oh, well, guess what? Because I know how to like on the Second Amendment community, how you feel is like, don't want to give up an inch, they want to take a yard. You give a motherfucker enough rope, they want to be a cowboy. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, you could take these guns away, and now that those guns away. To be like, oh, well, let's take these guns. Well, now let's take this and let's take this. And before you know it, now we out here with muskets and too many. And the last thing I'm gonna really say about this is that too many times that we just deal with the symptoms of the problem instead of dealing with the actual issues. You know what I'm saying? Like what they got the formula thing, right? The formula shortage.
Yes.
Right, like with the formula shortage, we sitting here dealing with the end, like, oh, well, nobody got the shortage. Oh, the world's an outrage, this and that. It's like it's a lot more to think about because you told me earlier why the formula shortage happened.
Yeah, so the formula shortage happened because Abbott Laboratories, Abbott Pharmaceuticals, whatever you want to call them, they go by those two names as well, was in a host of unsanitary conditions making your baby formula. Okay,
and you said
making
something happened
your baby
to a baby,
formula,
right?
Babies were dying because of the bacteria infection they received from said formula. So they had to come in and shut them down. They had multiple violations of that, unsanitary conditions. Why are they making your baby formula? But you, oh my God, give me my baby formula back. Oh my God. Okay, so you want them to be made in that same laboratory that killed these other babies in the first place. Okay, great. Good job. You're doing a wonderful job. So instead of worrying about that, breast milk, what you naturally have, is going to be the most effective alternative. And it shouldn't even be an alternative. That should be your first go-to. I understand that some women can't breastfeed for whatever the reasons are. Okay, I breastfed two of my kids. One of them I could not breastfeed him because he was double tongue-tied. At birth.
Technically, he still got breast milk though.
Oh yeah. So the thing, I couldn't breastfeed him, but what I had to do, you got to be creative. Like, I didn't want to formula feed, so I couldn't even. So to do a breast pump, it only simulates a suckling motion. It's not effective for me. Everybody's breast is different, obviously. I had to squeeze ounces out of my own breast to fill a bottle for my baby because he couldn't suckle the way he should be suckling because of the way his tongue was tied. He had double tongue tie. So you got to do what you got to do to take care of your child. You can still squeeze breast milk out. You can still do what's necessary for your child. There are people who are donating breast milk. There are people who are selling their breast milk. And I encourage all of you guys to do that. If you are mothers or if you have the ability to breastfeed, go ahead. Like, I mean, that's extra income as well. So, of course, I don't want to have my baby drink nobody else's milk. Okay, so he ain't going to drink nothing now.
So
go to somebody you trust. Go to somebody you trust that you know. If you have to do whatever health screening or be provided information, I say go that route as well. But your baby will be fed. Your baby will be fed more nutrients than he will be getting from formula anyway.
This my thing about it, right? Like, the people I really feel bad for is the people who are really actually like below the poverty line who can't give a baby breast milk. Mm-hmm. Like, for whatever reasons, if they can't, for whatever reason, like the reasons you was talking about, this and that, obviously I ain't never breastfed nothing, right? Like, I'm out here. If I could, I'd be out here. I'm telling you right now, I'd be out here.
It's not as fun as you think, trust me.
I don't care for that money. How much for a quart of breast milk?
It ain't that easy either, trust me.
Whatever. I'm out here on these streets. I be out there crying. I had a bite block in my mouth. Just getting that pump going. But no, this what happened, right? So you got like two companies that make formula, right? You got two formulas. It's Abbott and then some other people who make powdered milk. That makes it's two major companies, right? It's two major companies. That's why it's a shortage. The issue that people run into is that I get it. I 100% get it. And I was talking to B Rabbit about this earlier. Oh, you was in there when we started talking about it. And I get it that people were upset because the checks and balances aren't working and companies become either too big to fail or they make monopolies, right? So the crazy thing about it, like with the monopolies, like we as the consumer are part of the fucking problem, right? Like if we sit here and we're like, oh, well, you know, they went to Abbott or they went to such and such because of convenience. Convenience, it comes down to the same thing. Convenience and security, it comes down to the same thing. If you give your freedom up for security, you deserve neither. Yeah. So when you sit there and you decide, like the reason I pay a little extra money to go to a local grocer to get some beef or something to feed the dogs is not because I think that the beef better. I think the beef look better at the exchange. I think the beef look better at Walmart. The point of the matter is that it's supporting small businesses. Yeah. It's supporting small business and everything else. We always talk the mom and pop shops. Like y'all won't go to a mom and pop shop. Like Fox will go to these mom and pop shops and get crystals and all types of shit. She see a yard sale, there goes our whole goddamn morning. Right? Like it's about supporting the small businesses, but everybody's so quick. We go to Amazon, we go to everything else, and then when the small business go away, we mad that Amazon gonna be jerking us over in 10 years. Yeah. We mad that Walmart just put our uncle and them out of business. It's like, we're the problem. Like we don't support business. Like if you want to go get a fence made like around this area or something, like you'll see some big company that's like, oh, we can make all the fences in the world. And then my homeboy Dave Mann out here with Man Track and Fence. Guess what? He gonna give you a good quote, probably better if at a minimum it's competitive. And then you supporting all. He got an all veteran crew besides like he got an all veteran crew. He's a active duty actually. You know what I mean? So here you go. Small businesses. So the thing with that is that we just in a position where we went to these companies because it was convenient. We also went against was actually best for the baby, like breastfeeding. Like you can't tell me that everybody who's using formula can't breastfeed. Yeah, there's no way. Like I understand there's some people that it doesn't go for, but you telling me
they can breastfeed or get breastfed. The babies can get breastfed. I mean, we've been and historically, and I'm just using African American just because of the significance of it. Our ancestors used to feed other people's children. Yeah, so from our own, right, and our babies were snatched from us. So you can't say there's something that can't be done. Like you can't go and get other person's milk. Yes, you can. So of course, there's going to be some safety measures you want to take. Obviously, yes, but it can be done. Yeah, it can be done. You can squeeze that breast milk out. You don't produce enough. There are herbs that help you produce more breast milk.
And the more you put out, the more you make.
Yes. So it's go to these breastfeeding classes. They'll teach you. They will show you. If you want to talk about this again, I have a sister-in-law who is 100% all into natural births and all of this stuff. So Marissa Atkins. Shout you out on here.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like people talking about, oh, I don't want my baby drinking nobody else's milk, but you gonna have one of these pus-filled ass production cows,
right,
and feed your baby whole milk out of some cow that they gotta cut around the neck and let the pus out, but you worried about old girl over here who got a clean bill of health.
Yeah,
man, if you don't go get some Cambodian breast milk and a sugar cookie, shut your ass up. It's like people got their priorities jacked up, man. It's like put it in comparison. So what you really comparing?
You can make your own. You can make your own milk. You can make your own formula.
Yeah,
you can make your own formula from these ingredients right here.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing about like even a comparison is like we're not upset that this company has we're not upset enough about this company having terrible health codes or whatever that the FDA had to shut down. You know how trash you got to be for the FDA to shut you down?
Yeah.
Like for the FDA? Yeah. The fucking FDA? Like the FDA is like
extreme
magnifique. You know what I'm saying? It's like the FDA will give you all types of grades and let you keep rocking. Yeah. It was a place down in Jacksonville called A Window. I'm telling you right now, a roach probably handed you your box of wings out of there, and them shits was smacking. You know that some of the best wings you ever had if you was in Jacksonville came out of the window. But what people get caught up in is we lost 19 babies to a shooting. tragic. We probably lost more than that because of fucked up baby formula. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep that outrage going. Like, keep that outrage going. Like, if you about to get on your social justice warrior kick and you about to do all this, keep the outrage going for more than just that. Like, what are you really upset about? The point you want to make, or what's up?
One thing that I feel like this whole thing is teaching us and showing us is the fact that we have to rely on ourselves.
And the doors of the church are open.
Right. We have to rely on ourselves. So ourselves to protect ourselves and our families, and ourselves to feed ourselves and our families, right? So we can't rely on manufacturers all the time to produce the goods and foods and services that we need. We can't rely on the government or the police to protect ourselves and our families and do what's best for us and ourselves and our families. So yeah, this is teaching and showing us a lot of self-reliance, and we need to rely on ourselves to do whatever it is that we need to do for our own well-being.
Yeah. Think about this. Like I said earlier, tinfoil hat back on. I'm not saying that somebody has a vested interest in world control. I'm just saying if they did, what would they do different? Like, they don't want farmers. It's programs that don't want farmers to keep their own seeds. It's companies like Monsanto's that make these crazy seeds that can survive all these crazy-ass pesticides that we're putting out. So Monsanto starts to put like a monopoly on it. There's just so many companies and entities that do things that the divide us, right? Where we just get caught up, and we so busy caught up in the entertainment. And I mean, here we are with a form of entertainment here, but you know what I mean? We try to put some medicine in the candy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, we have to learn to protect ourselves and do things. The police aren't legally obligated. Like, it was a Supreme Court case. Like, they're not obligated to protect you. You have to protect your family.
You're your own best.
You're your own. The police were never even formed for the protection of the people. Like, when police were formed, they were formed to go get my great-great-granddaddy because he ran the fuck off on some cotton. Like, that's what really happened. Like, that wasn't their job. We understand it now. We're incorporating to serve and protect. And there's a lot of brave people that do that job, and my hat's off to the ones that are. But they're not legally obligated. It's not their job. That should tell you something. Like, if companies don't want you to keep seeds, you probably need to grow. Whatever you tell me that I shouldn't do, you're going to do for me is something that I figured, I need to learn how to do this more. Yeah. Like, don't worry about breastfeeding your baby. We'll give you something. Nah, I'm going to keep breastfeeding my baby. Don't worry about growing your own food. We got some stuff over. Okay, you still want to grow your own food? Well, use these seeds. They'll be better off with all the pesticides and stuff. They'll grow better because the other ones, all the crop circles going to kill them. I mean, yeah.
Or Jonathan Counts. Hey, Jonathan Counts.
Yeah. Rico said, "D, you crazy?" I don't know when at that point. I was probably on a rant, and then Ginger Buns over there said, I guess he was saying, let me get 2 quarts of breast milk on the low. Big facts. Like, me and fuckers gonna be out there hustling, like coming out there with the.
Man, you would let me have been pregnant right now and producing milk. Oh my God.
I'm telling you right now.
Hey, round the clock. Give me some cookies. Give me some grapes. Give me some milk thistle. Give me some.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Let this shortage keep going long enough. We about to take one for the team. Like, Fox, you about to be pregnant. Let's just have her in here with 2 goddamn breast pumps running all day. Grapes, juice.
I had to too. That was crazy. Getting it.
Just pumping it out. We out here getting rich.
It wasn't going fast enough. I had to squirt it out myself.
Hey, we got to be. It's gonna be like Riley off Boondocks when he was selling the Girl Scout cookies. Like, get down and lay down. You want to get down on this Fox milk? What's happening, player? We out here riding.
Health every time.
All right, that's enough with the serious stuff. I don't want no more serious stuff. I'm done with serious stuff. We just came back. We didn't want to get on it like this, but it's the state of the world. It is what it is. Some stuff you can't ignore for too long. So, I'm gonna be honest, we probably done with that. Except for if the breast milk,
if y'all ready to take up arms and protect y'all family, y'all can always hit us up. Legendary operations.
You know what I'm saying? We out here.
So, last on our list today.
Bang a bang. Shabang a bang.
So the football guy. Ricky Williams.
Mm-hmm.
What's that his name?
Dreads.
He ain't got dreads no more. He bald head now.
I got a bald head.
Him is bald head. So apparently he took his wife's last name. He took his wife's last name. And so I was like, what? And it didn't really bother me at first. I'm like, so what? He do what he want to do. They set their own tone for their relationship, whatever. So when I went to look up the reason why before everybody started like clowning him, because I know they was clowning him pretty bad. One guy said he deserved a Simp of the Year award, and somebody else was saying, well, you know, this is what women are trying to do, push their agenda because they want to emasculate men and make them feel as if their masculinity is weak. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, you know, the same type of tactics that has been used on women for centuries, that one, yeah, they're both equally wrong if that's what you think. But anyway, so my thing was, I went to research why he decided to do this, and he said he wanted to balance the relationship. So I was like, what do you mean by balance the relationship? By taking the name? Am I not making it look a certain way? So he did. So he's into astrology and things like that. He created a whole astrology app and all that. And he saw in his chart with his wife that their compatibility issues was that imbalance, right?
So he need to chop his dick off.
So that's not chopping his dick off.
Stick your dick in a cigar cutter.
That's not chopping his dick off. So he said his wife is a lawyer. So she does her thing and, you know, she has her little notoriety or whatever, but he overshadows her, obviously. So when he comes around and he functions and he things like that, she doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. It's like she's no place. It's just him. He didn't like the way that made him feel. He didn't like the way it made her feel. So he was like, well, how can I kind of offset this? I'm like, no, well, I know who I am. However, this is what I feel. And this is what he did, his own introspection, and kind of felt like, this is what I need to do to have that balance between the both of us. And it made her feel good, obviously, made himself feel good. So now their relationship is at a point where, okay, now it's not just her feeling like she's owned by him or her under his shadow, so to speak. They kind of like in a equal place for them. Proceed.
Yo, I'm going to put it like this. That's the laziest shit ever. Basically, this is what I took from this. Here, let my toxic masculinity hang out. So you go to functions with your old lady. People know you because you used to play football and you was decent at a certain point in time. So you overshadow your old lady. So instead of setting people straight and doing anything else besides like, hey, this ain't about me, this is about my wife, or using any type of skills to redirect the conversation and everything back to your old lady, you think that changing your last name so that you could be like, oh, look, well, she's in charge or something. That's not correcting the problem, for starters. This is another one.
We didn't say he didn't do that. He was just saying that he grew tired of that type of feeling.
To me, that will not change the fact. If I was a Ricky Williams fan, I'm a Ricky Ricky Williams Carter fan or whatever the hell your new last name is. Like, so whatever. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. I just feel as though if he is doing the other things and that's what he resorted to, hats off. But if you're not doing the other things to give your wife the shine first, before you do that, it's just lazy to me. Like, it's just lazy. But to be honest, it's like, if you want to take your wife's last name, hats off to you, bro. Like, have at it. You know how I feel about it. We wasn't playing them games here. That's not how things work in the Jackson residence. But every other man get to run his house how he run his house. I mean, and
it doesn't mean he doesn't run his house.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's like he run his house how he runs his house, or they run their house however people want to say it, because, you know, I mean, oh no, the patriarchy, if I can go jump off a cliff. But if that's how they want to run their house, they run their house. They're perfectly fine. I mean, it costs me nothing. I pay it no mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I think he's a simp? No, I don't know Ricky Williams. Do I think that's a simp action? I don't know. I don't understand. I'm not in that presence of mind to even deem that as an option of something that needs to happen in my life. So it's like, it's out of my realm of expertise. It's like, if you're asking me about, you know what I mean, a different type of reactor or something, it's like, all right, well, it's out of my wheelhouse, right? Like, I don't really got too much play in it. But what I will say, I had a thought earlier about why this gonna keep going back and forth between men and women. And I asked you, did you?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. It was really about the hypocrisy. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You are a fucking godsend.
I know.
Until men and women admit hypocrisy and admit we're not meant to be equals but balanced, then we're never going to get along. So that's really what it comes down to. The problem is we're so busy trying to prove that men and women are equals, when it's hypocrisy. And the thing about it is we all want to ignore the hypocrisy when it benefits us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if a woman like, oh, well, you know, like, women are the first ones to say something like, hey, well, if they think they're being fair by saying, well, whoever asked to go on a date should pay for the date. When a man says something like, hey, we should all just go Dutch on the first date. Women like, no. If you ask to go on a date, you should go. Well, men are always 9 times out of 10 are going to be the ones that ask to be at a date. So we're not going to look at the hypocrisy in that. We're going to be like, that's just the way it is. We constantly make rules that only work for us, where it's like, oh, well, you know, why women don't want to do these fields or that fields. And men, we say a bunch of dumb shit. We say a bunch of dumb shit, like not expecting or not respecting what women do or understanding how different they are. And women say a bunch of dumb shit, not understanding that they're different, we're different. So it's like we just go back and forth, ignoring the hypocrisy of our relationships and our standards and the issues that we got, just so we could, for some reason, I don't know, push whatever we think our agenda is, expel all of our traumas out, hit dog or holler, call it what you want.
That's kind of where it kind of really stemmed from, you know, because back when we obviously are possessions, right? A lot of the times, in a lot of cases, we still are possessions, sad to say. And we had no authority, no right to speak, to own property, to do any of these different things that we now can do. So the law that governed that, it no longer exists. It has been out of practice for a long time. That law hasn't been.
In the good state of Georgia, I can still take you to the courthouse steps on Sunday and beat you with a stick that's no bigger than my finger.
So what I'm telling you, I'm not talking about that law. I'm not even a law. That's not even a law. But I'm talking about the taking of the husband's name. If it's just to show covering that she's covered by this man who's allowed to do all these different things. That's the only reason why we have to take the man's last name, but there's no law saying that we have to.
Yeah, there's no law saying that you got to. But
and it's been that's not even our type of practice. That's a colonial type, and since 11th century or something practice that they did that then. They haven't done that since, but it's been a practice, and it's so goes, and nobody questions, nobody decides to do anything different until something like this comes along.
I don't know, like by the old standards of the way things were, I understand why you would take a man's last name, because if it was your daddy job to take care of you until I become your daddy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like your father, he's the man responsible for you until he hands over responsibility to me for you. You know what I mean? Well, I'm responsible to protect you, to provide, protect, all of that shit, this and that, to cover you. So yeah, you had your daddy last name. Now it's time for you to take my last name because you're now my family, right? Like I'm responsible for you, right? So, but I mean, if people don't want to do it, then that's fine. Like if y'all don't want to do it, don't do it. But we're doing it here, and I mean, I don't see, if people have an issue, they have whatever. I think my damn, I lost my train of thought. What was you talking about? You said we used to be possessions.
I was just saying that, women used to be still are possessions and didn't have the rights that we have now. And that was the only reason why this law kind of took flight in the first place, because we were thought about as nothing and didn't need to own nothing or say anything. It didn't matter. But if we had a man covering us, then, hey, you're going to respect this man. This man says this and that belongs to XYZ, and this is what it is. So we didn't have to do that later on down the line. So that law was no longer in existence. But of course, the practices were still there. Men still were acting the way they're acting with women, which how they do now. And that's how this practice is just prolonged over and over and over again. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, it was something about the balance and back and forth between women. It was something we talked about earlier. And I just couldn't keep the damn thought inside my head because I'm everywhere. I mean, maybe to come back to me, but what we talked about? We talked about the equality. We talked about.
I don't see like the relevance of.
So you want to change your last name? You want me to take your last name?
People being upset about it. I really don't care, to be honest. Like if that's what make you feel good, and then fine, but it doesn't matter. Like
it don't. I like you having my last name.
I see, and that's fine.
If you don't want my last name, it's fine.
It's too late for that.
You right. Goddamn right.
But that just goes to show like how we do things and we don't realize why we doing it. It's just a practice or tradition, and besides doing what you want to do for yourself. And he decided, no, I don't have to do that. This is what I want to do for myself, my family, for my relationship with my wife. this is what makes us feel whole.
And hats off to him. That's what I'm saying is I don't care.
It don't make him a simp like some people.
No, I'm not saying to make him a simp. I'm saying I don't give a shit. Like I don't care. And all I said is that I hope you did the work that actually needed to happen, because that one-stop shop of changing your last name to whatever her last name is not about to fix the problem when people see you. Like, there's still work to be done.
Yeah, it sounded like he was going through more of those things.
And if
but
he
that
is,
was just kind of a symbol of where they are, you know, in their relationship. Like, this is the symbol. You know how I was telling you, like, about marriage and ceremony and stuff like that? Like, this is the outside symbol of that. The symbolic of what it is that we share, what we have, XYZ. And so that was a symbolism of how they balance each other in their relationship, of what they wanted to present to everybody. So
yeah, I think I just hope that one day is men and women that will be able to stop chasing the bone of, like, you're wrong. That's the point I was getting to. So the power struggle. So what happens with people is the unfortunate realization of being the oppressed is that when you are the oppressed, there's going to be a good majority of your group as the oppressed that do not want equality. You do not want what's fair. You do not want anything but flat out revenge.
I want you to feel what I feel.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's some black people that we descended from, most black people, right? We're going to say we descended from slaves. A lot of us don't, and there's some, I ain't going to say a lot of, there's some of us who don't want equality. We don't want equality. We don't want this and that. I mean, we want for white people to feel how we felt.
Crack a whip.
Yeah, we want to crack a whip, right? It was just like it's women who, like, when women went through what they went through, they don't want, like, oh, now I'm equal with a man. It's like, no, I want the man to be underneath me now so that they can understand. And all that we doing,
use him as a footstool.
Yeah, use him as a footstool. So all we using is, like, hurt people. So it's like, now we're gonna go from okay, society held you down. As a woman, you didn't make this and that. I didn't have shit to do with that. I ain't hire y'all. Like, guess what? It's two people at Legendary Operations. One's a man, one's a woman. Welcome. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like our company is 50-50 split. There's a man, there's a woman. If you want to talk to one of us, you can talk to a man or you can talk to a woman. That's all we got here. That's all we got here. Ain't nothing in between, ain't nothing on the side. This is what you got. But yeah, too many times that's what it really comes down to. It's like the oppressed people want revenge. They don't want justice. They don't want this and that, and it never causes for any healing. And
no, because, you know, it's that part of resentment that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So you can't see the other person. You can't see the issues because you're so deep in your pain.
Yeah.
You know, you can't see what the problem is in front of you. Because you're focusing on this hurt, this pain that you feel. And though I'm going to try to make it okay. And we do this even in relationships too. So, I'm trying to make it okay. Yeah, everything is good. We can move past like this, but you're still holding on to it. You still holding on to it. You really can't see. You really can't see past that. So how are you going to address that? How are you really going to focus on what needs to be done to move forward if you stuck in that resentment of your spouse, your friend, your business partner, your whatever it is you want to call it? Resentment is a MF.
Is an MF. Resentment to kill you. It's like when you forgive people and it's like what? I mean, what?
No, go ahead.
Why are you scratching?
What you're saying?
I don't feel safe. When you resent people, it holds you prisoner, right? Like if you don't let people go, like when you forgive people, you're forgiving people for you. Like me forgiving you is for me. Like you might feel better, sure, but it's for me to let it go so I'm not carrying around that weight with me. Like, cause it's people that you running around mad at or not forgiving or hating or like some of these rappers who like, man, my teacher said I wouldn't be shit. That teacher is not thinking about you.
At all.
At all. She's going on or he is going on about they goddamn day.
She did her part in your life, actually.
He or she did the thing. They taught you. They gave you fire. Whatever they did, whatever they did with the catalysts, the motivation. You know what? They told you wasn't going to be shit because you wasn't going to be shit. If a teacher said that, who are these teachers anyway? Who are these teachers who say people ain't like? It's so many teachers when it comes down to rappers that be like, "Yo, they said I wasn't gonna be shit." It's like I actually wasn't gonna be shit, and not teacher told me that I wasn't gonna be shit. I did everything under the sun that you're not supposed to do in the hood. Not singular. Teacher told me I ain't gonna be shit. Mm-hmm. Fox, I got a question for you.
What?
How do trees get online?
I don't know.
They log in.
I like that.
That's from the homie Jeff with the
Job. Yo, I like that.
Back, baby. We back, baby.
Dad jokes in the building.
Dad jokes in the building, baby. I'm talking about they be doing their thing with the dad joke.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, dad joke in the building. What's that?
Why are mountains so funny?
I don't know.
Because they're hilarious.
That one kind of was lame.
Yeah, we'll stick with the other one. Log in. You got a whole video. We'll get back to it. Yeah, get at it.
For real. Y'all know what time it is. It's gun to your head.
Gun to your head time.
Thank you for our person sending this in for us today. Gun to your head.
Yeah, Uncle just popped in. What's going on, brother? Salute.
Hey, gun to your head. Would you rather go back in time to meet your ancestor or go into the future to meet your great-grandchildren? I'll choose one.
Is it? So you're giving me a timeline for the future. You're not really giving me a timeline for the past. My great-grandchildren is within a certain amount.
Oh, my God. You guys just made this so damn difficult.
Shit. Because I need to know. Am I talking about my ancestors? Like, am I going back to see, like, my great-great-granddaddy? Or am I going back to, like...
They don't say.
Am I going back and being like, Kunti Kinte, Toby?
Your ancestors. See them folks or your great-grandchildren. Go.
I thought go.
No, you always trying to twerk. Get out of here.
Nobody twerking. Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. I probably go with the ancestors.
Why?
Fuck them kids. Why? I mean, because it's like I'm gonna go see my great grandkids. I don't want to see how fucked up the world gonna be. I just want to be part of the resistance, running around fighting robots and
surprisingly, you don't want to be a part of the resistance.
We can do that shit now, run it right now. Like I don't want to do it with them because then I'm gonna be out there the only one out there like let's do it. And they're gonna be out there like log online and do it.
Oh my God.
Bunch of fucking nerds. I'm gonna go back and see what's up with the ancestors, and I'm gonna really see because history repeat itself. And I think like I got more to gain out of going back to the ancestors to see where I'm gonna drive my future than I got to looking at the kids to see how bad I fucked it up. Because then if I look at the kids and I'm trying to guess, like, maybe if I do this different, then blah, 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 blah. But if I go back to the ancestors, if I pick the right period, I can just go see them and be like, this is where the world's going. Because all we do is we just got this shit in the spin cycle.
So your answer is to go and see your ancestors. That's right? Okay, good. So, stop coming back on.
Show ass up.
I can't stand you. Because you going down there, you going to go into other answers and stuff. Wait, sir. I will go to see my great-grandchildren. I want to go and see my great-grandchildren because I would want to be the ancestor for them, to teach them and to show them things that's been going on here, some things that they don't have to repeat for the future because the future is what's going to matter, right? So I would definitely want to see them first to stop and curb some type of behavior or things from happening to them that's not necessarily positive for their well-being and or future.
Y'all, music is trash. Listen to this Biggie shit I got right here. Look at this here.
That's the first thing I'm going to tell them. They ain't listening to no real music. That is number one.
No, because you're going to come in there and be like, hey, let me tell you something. Rocky good.
No, I won't. I'm going to start slow. I'm going to start them with some Otis or some Sade. That's what I'm going to do.
Otis Redding and Sade, that's a big difference. Like
Depends on what they flavor. You know, it depends on what their personalities are. Like, you calm somebody down or they feel a little love in their heart, they're going to go with the Otis.
So Uncle Luke ain't going to come out at all.
Nah, Uncle Luke probably ain't going to come out.
Look, it hurts your heart. You like, he probably ain't going to come out.
That's going to get them too ratchet. Like, that's the problem now. We've been
put it on glass.
We got that in our DNA. Not all our kids want to twerk all goddamn day. Like, what the hell? No. Put them in a bag somewhere.
So you want to? So you think you'll be saved the future? But it's like, what if the way we looked at things is all fucked up? Like, what if the way we looked at things is all wrong, and that's the reason they're in the situation, and then you're going to like reinstill that shit? Like,
I mean, that's a possibility, but all we can do is tell them what we've been through and show them what we've been through, so that way.
So trying not to really direct them, just to be like, be aware of this shit.
Be aware, right? It's all for awareness.
Yeah, because I mean that's really the real reason I be going into the past.
I was just about to say that.
Like if I'm going to the past to do that, I feel like I kind of do it twofold. I guess if you're saying that, like I go to the past and then I learn their mistakes in a certain cycle that we're going. So hopefully I can break the cycle to fix it for the future. Or maybe I fuck it all up and then they all getting ass raped by robots or something. I don't know.
Ass raped by robots. God damn. That's a bit much, don't you think?
Depending on how big a robot it is.
Oh my God, I'm done. Fuck this.
Sean, I ain't gonna be no granddaddy by 65.
Listen, thank y'all for sitting with us and listening to us here at Uncle Legend's Corner. We appreciate all the support as well and participation. Hit us up, askunclelegend@gmail.com if you have anything you want to add to the podcast and or be on the show, and or we'll discuss all our Patreon information. We got all kind of things going over here. We got gunshots going on. We got a gun range behind us here. Fireworks going off. Dogs barking. Hit
Welcome to the hood.
AskUncleLegend@gmail.com. Peace.
Peace.
Y'all know what time it is. This is after the show. BS and
Right.
Look at him. He always twerking like, oh my God. Every day.
Yeah, she was trying to make me sound like, oh, like, I'm just. I'm changing my last name. I don't know, like the real take of that is I took the real take. And my real take is like, yeah, I don't care because I just want to like I really feel a lot like unbothered by a lot of people's shit. You know what I mean? It's like the things that bother me is like stuff that's going on with the world that's like going to affect me as a person. Like, oh, you're going to take away my ability to feed myself, my ability to defend my family, my ability to do this and that. All that other shit is like, whatever. Like, oh, Ricky Williams took somebody else's name? Whatever.
Yeah. And that's why I think people get so passionate. Must be fire. If people get
fire, you got.
So fucking done with you.
I'm telling you, boy, to make a man be up to like, hey, baby, let me tell you something. Hey, that pussy so good, make me suck on your daddy's dick like Biggie.
Biggie did say that. That was
Biggie.
Yeah. That was sus.
Yeah, no, it wasn't nothing sus about it. We let a lot of rappers get away with some wild shit. We didn't let them get away with some lines. I'm telling you, like, bro, we were gonna let it.
Like that's us. We should talk about that next.
You want to do one on like all the crazy ass lines that we let people get a lot.
Yeah, just a fun podcast about that shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Put that in the notes right now before we forget.
As fuck.
It's gonna be called the Sus Podcast. The Sus Podcast.
Twerking for the ancestors. Oh my God.
Twerking for the ancestors. I'm
just so tired of him in the morning, afternoon, and it's always something.
I don't even be twerking. All I do is just shake my shoulder. Yeah, I do be.
All right. We're so done with this. Caught y'all late. Oh, you missed the discussion today. So today we were talking about the emergent issues, which were the shootings that we've had, 4 shootings in the past 2 weeks. So we talked about that, the baby formula shortage, and this football player, Ricky Williams, taking his wife's last name instead. So, well, his real name is Eric Williams. So they call him Ricky Eric. Okay, whatever. Anyway.
Ricky!
Yeah, so we talked about that. What else did we say? It was some other thing.
The shootings.
I already said that.
Yeah, not breast milk.
I've already said that.
Okay.
So it was just something else slightly in between that kind of had us off for a second to deal with the issue, and then that's it. So that's what we didn't get to the Dwayne Wade thing. So we're gonna be able to do that soon. But
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. So
yo, Rick Ross said he put Molly in somebody's drink and they ain't even know.
How he put Molly in somebody's drink? He thought it was his?
No, he knew it wasn't his. That's the fucking problem.
He said he didn't know.
Put Molly in a drink and she ain't even know. Like, sir, that is.
She didn't know.
Yeah, sir, that is.
Date rapey.
Oh, a little date rapey.
Oh my God, why would you do that? Like, Ricky, you don't know how people are gonna respond to different drugs. Like, you don't know this, so why would you even do that? You could have killed that woman.
How about your intentions was rapey from the get-go?
Rapey from the get-go.
Real rapey.
Could have been murder.
You know that canola oil is actually rapeseed?
Rapeseed?
Yeah, it's rapeseed.
Not grapeseed, but rapeseed.
No, they have grapeseed oil, but canola oil is rapeseed oil. They call that shit canola oil because nobody wanted to sell fucking rapeseed oil, which I'm 100% with that. Rapeseed. Like, what's up? You want some of this rapeseed?
Like hell no. I'm good. I'm stick with vegetable on myself.
Hey, that's rapeseed. That's the canola. Hey, imagine if you open up a dude cupboard and he'd be up to like, hey man, you grab me some mustard out of there. This and that. You open that thing up and you just see a big ass bottle of rapeseed oil. Like, the hell?
Where your garbage disposal at? Drop that shit real
Sir.
quick. Oh my God, I'm clumsy as hell anyway. So.
And then the garbage disposal start getting all rapey. Like,
anyway. What are y'all doing? Nice show, thanks. Okay, thank you, Wicca.
Priest Wick. Priest the Wicca.
Besides, you're going to be a great granddaddy. Oh, we already said that.
About 65. You know what's funny about that, though? I was joking about, like, I don't want to be no granddad about 65.
So everybody, first of all, let me just stop. Everybody that's coming into the podcast now, we already done recording. This just is after.
Oh, yeah.
After the bullshit, just so you know.
Yeah, podcast is done.
We already done recording for the day, but we just after the show stuff.
Yeah, they will hop in wild live right now.
I know, like, hey, look, we done, but you can feel free to hang out with us. We just hanging out right now.
Bullshit.
We'll post the podcast after this in a little while. Checked out what? Oh, Cameo. We looked at it today, so we're going to try to add it to the streaming services.
Let's see if we can do it all at one time, because I'm not going to just shift over to that. But if we could do it all at the same time, I'm all about more exposure. So see what's up. Gotta get some.
Yep. Sean.
Kyle's about to be a college athlete. Goon boy.
Yeah.
My goon boy. Let me see. What college you going to? Let me look it up right quick.
Who's out here? Some people leaving not yet because they can't leave.
Yeah. I'm going to leave the person who sent me this text message out. You can look. We're not going to say a name because when I read this text message, you're going to understand why. Yeah. Well, I'm about to read it. I'm just showing you who it was.
Oh,
it's
I don't know that name.
I can't put this in the chat because it's going to sound sexist as fuck, but a dude taking a woman's last name just continues to degrade the masculinity of men. I can never respect and be the submissive woman to a man who takes my last name. Get the fuck out of here, laughing my ass off. That's from a woman. I'm just saying.
It's good to see you. It's good to read you again, my dear.
Let me think. So what is it? We got Bam Bam for Sean.
And that's true. Actually, some people, they feel that way too.
Yeah, big facts.
I don't really feel that way. It don't really bother me. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what he said. He going to school. No, this is a D2 school. He going to be there. My boy only going to be there for about a year. Then he going D1. You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't long before he
gets Jesus shuttle word. Would you try to say I'm going to jail? Like, I'm going to be Denzel over there while he go to Big Ball State or some bullshit, and I'm in jail running around with kulaks and an afro? No, sir. My boy going to be all right. Like, he going to be all right. The kid's tough. Got a good head on his shoulders. I'm proud of that young man. Hopefully he'll be coming to come spend some time down here with his old man for the summer. We can go back to the crate days. You know what I'm saying? Where we built his game at. You know what I mean? Be out here taking turns dunking on Fox.
Y'all ain't been dunking on me. Y'all do y'all boy things. Go ahead.
Yeah. Dunking on foxes and shit. What was it? What was the show that Bunny said was gonna happen? The Fox what?
Foxecutor.
Oh yeah, the Foxecutor. Fox. We should have talked about the damn Johnny Depp case.
I can't wait for this verdict. You know, I've been following this shit.
I guess, we can't wait till the verdict come out. Then we'll bang it out on the next one. Fox will follow this shit religiously.
Like, I don't know. Like, I like Johnny Depp as an actor. I always did. He's one of those creators that I'm like, yo, he's special. So, I don't know. To see this whole thing unfold, to get all the evidence and the shit, I'm just like, yo. I just been following it like tooth and nail, just like I'm a goddamn prosecutor looking for some bullshit.
I'm talking about, I'll be listening to this shit. Fox got it over there playing. Got it up on the phone or the tablet, just sitting there. All you see is her face, like.
But Amber Turd though.
Amber Turd.
It's like, yo, that's
she
something
hella
else.
Trash.
That is something else. She is something else. She is a motherfucker. That's the truth.
Your uncle said, give our last name to grow our legacy. Seemed like he trying to grow her legacy. Hey man, hats off to him, man. Like I just say, man, what people eat don't make me shit. So it's just kind of like, just like how I feel about when people want to like do the stuff about changing their gender, their sex, their name, their this and that, their ethnicity, all that other shit. Hey, bro, your freedom extends until it interferes with my freedom.
Yeah, it interferes with mine. I was just about to say until it invades mine.
Yeah, you can stretch your freedom. I look at it like you can stretch your legs all over this plane, this train, this bus, wherever you want. But when you start tripping me when I walk by, tuck your fucking freedom in. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Put your freedom over to the side. When you start putting your feet up over my head on the plane or something like that, tuck your freedom in.
Problem.
You know what I'm saying? But your freedom extends until it invades my freedom. So it's like if you want to chop your dick off, you want to get an addictomy surgery, you want to do whatever you want to do. It's like hats off to you. I mean, God bless you. I'm not gonna waste no energy about giving you my opinion. What my opinion mean to you?
My sun ain't gonna stop rising in the morning.
Yeah,
that's it. That's my favorite thing to say. That's how I feel. Do what you want to do. I don't care. My sun ain't gonna start rising in the morning. Say what you want to say. My sun ain't gonna start rising in the morning. I'm gonna do me, regardless.
Seth gonna get up every morning.
Mommy. My son.
Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, hopefully that sun don't start rising in the morning.
That sun gonna keep rising. Seth gonna outlive all of us. He out here just squirreling it up, be climbing in trees, shooting shit.
So what y'all got going on for Memorial Day?
Tomorrow.
Who's having a barbecue? Like, what's up? You know, I like
people don't grill no more. You know, back home, motherfuckers don't grill no more.
They don't. They just be looking for other people like me. Who making food tomorrow? Let me know. I'm stopping by. What's up?
You want me to grill
I'm
tomorrow?
stopping by, get some food from y'all. I might
you want me to grill
heat it up a little bit, but then I'm gone. Just letting you know, like
2 plates.
Get plates. Thank you. Give hugs.
Sean, out here, you going to work, Sean? Sean, they only give us veterans 2 days. One day to thank us for our service, and the other day to thank us for our lives. And you out here going to work?
You reckon?
Yeah,
Sean?
Veterans Day and Memorial Day.
Sean, reckon tomorrow?
Out here working. Wouldn't be working as much if you took your ass to go put that VA claim in, but I ain't God bless you, brother. Whatever you want to do.
So we ain't going to talk about that.
We ain't going to talk about that, but you know I'm on your ass, bucko. I'm on your ass. But y'all still tuning in? We done with the podcast. We just bullshit. We ain't been around in a while, so we feeling kind of, you know what I mean? Like we owe y'all a little extra time, a little OT.
Yeah. So y'all popping in. We already done recording, so we just hanging out right now. For the 20th time saying that.
Yeah, you know, people keep coming in and
they
out.
Keep coming in and out.
And you can't tell how many people came in and out. It's just the number goes up.
It goes up, goes
then
down.
It goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down.
Yeah.
Like,
and we have different streaming services as well. So, yep. What's good? So back to who cooking tomorrow. That's what I really want to know. Who is cooking the food tomorrow? Because I'm showing up if you in or around South Georgia, Jacksonville area.
Jikes.
It's like I said, I had Jacksonville area. Okay, I'm showing up. South Florida, it don't matter where y'all doing because I can't get down there. I ain't going down there. That's too far right now. That's too far. Okay. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Because if y'all want to talk about anything else, the show has already ended minutes and minutes and minutes ago. And we're going to go ahead and get this cuddle on.
We about to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I like cuddling.
What are you looking up Uncle Luke for? You are so wretched. You all you want to do is twerk all goddamn day. What the fuck is you doing?
Why you out here judging me, man?
Why is you looking up Uncle Luke?
Nobody looking up no Uncle Luke.
Oh my God.
Look at you. Can't even fight it. Look at that shit.
Oh my God. He gets on my nerves.
I get on your nerves?
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't control your hood rat?
Oh.
Yeah, y'all got anything for us? Cause
we about to go.
I'm about to go eat. I cooked earlier.
Made some fried chicken and gizzards. Did y'all ever talk about assisted suicide should be legal?
Run it. Put it on the notes for the next podcast. I think
we talked about that in our earlier podcast, like episode, I want to say 2 or 3.
I'm bringing up the notes so we can put this. So we'll go over in the next one.
Yeah, we can talk about that again.
Old. This should say Jamaican Grammys.
Yeah, we talked about that episode 2 or 3, but
suicide.
We can definitely run that back.
What was the other thing that we supposed to talk about? Remember I told you to put it in
sus-ass rap lyrics.
Sus-ass rap lyrics. Yeah.
That's going to be towards the end, though, just to...
Sus-ass rap lyrics. All right, we'll get some of that in.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that with her.
Oh, and then we're going to have to talk about Johnny Depp. Because
once the verdict come in, yeah. Hopefully the verdict be in Tuesday. I'm ready for this.
Send her ass to jail. Bury her under the jail.
For stuff like that, defamation and all that, I really do feel like the person commits perjury on the stand by default.
Yeah.
So your ass need to go to jail. Yeah. That's how I feel.
Like when we find out it's not true, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the same thing like when we get back to like them rape charges and shit like that. If you accuse me of rape, and we find out without a doubt that you was on some bullshit,
your ass need to go to jail for perjury.
You need to go take fuck perjury. You getting whatever I was getting charged with, whatever my life got threatened with. Oh, they gonna give me 50 eye for an eye. I'm on some biblical shit. You days gonna give me 15 to 20. Take your ass in there for 20. In fact, 25 for good measure.
25 for the good measure.
25 for the good measure. Take your ass in there. Mm-hmm. Cap keep coming.
Oh my God, look at him. I can't stand.
You know I'm sleepy when I just start jumping all over the place. And sleepy. I don't think that, people just keep popping in, but ain't nobody got nothing for us. We are done with the podcast. We here for y'all. Y'all ain't saying shit.
No, we about to.
And Fox will ghost on y'all. We be on that bullshit.